All right, make sure my volume is up. All right. So today we're going over a project called Buying a House, which is going to align with our standards, which is the BMA-IBT-3, which is demonstrating knowledge of basic economic concepts, and also BMA-IBT-6, which is to use financial management skills to plan and control personal finances. So for y'all check-in question, y'all bell ringer, if you had $300,000 to spend on a house, $300,000 to spend on a house, I want you to answer it to yourself. Would you use the whole, completely, all of the $300,000 on the house? You had $300,000 to buy a house. Would your house cost $300,000? And would you spend all of it? Say no. Why not?
You still gotta pay for put stuff in.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. So for today's assignment, after we go over a couple of definitions and the word terminology that y'all gonna be using. All right. But no, what does mortgage mean?
A loan used to buy a house that is paid back over time within a monthly payments.
Okay, so what does that mean? Like when it's a loan used to buy a house. So what does that mean? It means that you get money from where?
Okay.
A bank, a financial institution, and it is paid back over time in monthly payments, which has to be calculated. So if you get, again, $300,000, you have to calculate how much of that you'll pay back every month and how many months it'll take for you to pay that back. Right? All right, principal, Damien, what does it mean?
The original borrowed money borrowed to buy the house.
Okay. Okay, so the house could be $300,000, but then and what is the next interest rate? So okay, the percentage the lender charges. So now we understand. So you didn't ask for 300,000, so it's not gonna be 300,000 when you pay it back. It's gonna be a little bit what? Because they got to give you, they got to get their cut from giving you the money, and that's free, right? And so the interest is the money that's paid to the lender on top of the principal, a monthly payment, the amount of money paid each month to repay the mortgage, total cost. That's the full amount paid for the house, including the principal and the interest. Budget, a plan for how you will spend your money. Property, the house or land you are buying. Listing price, the price the house is being sold for. Real estate, property that includes land and buildings. And so on and so on. I got a bunch more, but long term, that is the length of time that you pay it back. You got copies of this right here. Furnishing is what Damien was talking about. It's like what are you gonna furnish the house with? Appliances are things that you furnish the house with. Expenses. And expenses is, you gotta understand something as well. Bills. You got light bill, gas bill, electric, whatever kind of bills that you might accrue. So you also have to factor that inside of your home. Home maintenance. For the first, when you buy a new house, for about the first 5 years, you don't expect anything to go wrong, but sometimes the water heater bursts, right? And insurance got to cover that. So now you got the insurance on your home. So you got to factor a lot of that other stuff in. But again, we're just doing the basics. I'm going with 19, which is calculator formula. And that is going to be the math rule used to solve a problem, which is principal times the interest rate. And that'll be what we're going to be working on solving. So, to get into today's assignment, I'm going to walk you guys through. I want y'all to go to Zillow. We're going to go to Zillow.com. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you guys how to factor in your first time buying a home. And let me hit my calculator. All right. So I want to stay in, let's just say, Fayetteville, North Carolina. I was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina, so I'm going to pick Fayetteville, North Carolina. And again, right here for the price, where it says price, I put this in previously. So I thought that $200,000 would be a good price. I want to put a minimum. I don't want to keep showing me stuff for $30,000 stuff that I want. So I put between $150,000 and $200,000. I give you $100,000 left for some expenses on how to furnish my house, right? So when I hit apply, and then again, you can also put how many beds you want. If you want 3 bedrooms, two plus bathrooms, that'll apply. The property type, all of these right here, more filters. You can say exactly what it is that you want on here. You can say that, hey, I want something to show me I must have a pool, must be in the city or close to a mountain, in the park, by water. You can actually put all of that in there, and it will give you everything it is that you need. So once I click on it, I scroll down and I start to look. What looks good, what doesn't, what's in my price range. So for the sake of time, I'm gonna just pick one to show you how it exactly works. All right, this is 173,000. So we're gonna look at this one. I look at the amenities that come. If sometimes they're already furnished. This house was built in 1964, so you can tell it's been renovated. All right, everything is new basically in there. Got a decent sized backyard. Got a little deck out there. And again, purchasing a home is going to be the most expensive purchase that you're going to make in your life, pretty much. It's going to be the most expensive and probably the most important decision that you'll make when you buy a home, right? It's one of the things that you can get off of investment. You can get money off of. Again, like I was telling y'all with buying a car project, once you drive off the lot with that car is depreciated. So if you pay $50,000 and you got you that new vet, right? But guess what? As soon as you drive off the lot, it does not cost $50,000 no more. You lose value immediately, and you can never regain that value.
I'm sorry. I have a son that I believe he's written up. He keeps making stuff and acting like he shouldn't be doing. He did it with the paper. Just being tired and he keeps doing the same thing that he first got. Yeah.
Got that on video, and I've been down at alternative school. They know. So again, that depreciates. But this right here actually can gain value. All right. So let's go ahead and go into the calculator on how much it is that we're gonna be paying for it. So this right here was $173,000. So we're gonna write that down, and then once we get back to the form, now we work on. Okay, right here. What we're gonna do is go to this calculator, this right here, the mortgage, how much you will have to pay per month. So find the amount of interest you will have to pay. So what would I be doing right here? Somebody tell me. What is the principal? Principal amount.
Cost of the house.
Okay, how much is that? How much was that? That was there. 173,000. 173,000. And what does it say do? We're using an interest rate. Everybody is using an interest rate, a 3.8 interest rate. You multiply it by what? No, not 3.8, because you multiply, you have to change the decimal signs. It's gonna be 0.038. That's how you get just the interest. So when I multiply that by 0.038, so now that made it 6,000. This is just the interest that I'll be paying on it. 6,574. So my total price of the house was 173,000, right? I multiply that by the interest rate. Now some, depending on your credit, right? You might have to pay 6% interest instead of 3. 3 is really good. You might have to pay 4%, 5%. It just depends on your credit level, and if these people feel like they can give you the money, right? Okay. So then we just did that. We found out the amount of interest that we're gonna pay. We're gonna add the interest and principal to find out the total cost. So I add that back to 173,000, and that equals now $179,574. So now my total price now, the total cost is this right here, $179,574. Now we're gonna calculate a monthly payment. So 9 times out of 10, you're either gonna get a 15-year or a 30-year mortgage. A 15-year or 30-year mortgage. So how many months is in a year? 12 months. So every month you're gonna be paying a monthly payment. So how do we calculate it? The total cost, which is $179,574, divided by, if it's 12 months in a year, we're doing 30 years, we're going to divide that by what? 360, because that's how many payments you'll pay. Because what is 12 times 30? 360. Okay. So total payment divided by 360. My monthly payment for this will be $499. So I'll be paying $499 a month strictly for my monthly payment every month for 30 years. Got it? And that's what you'll put right here. All right. So what y'all job is to do is to go to Zillow, put in a city that you will actually want to stay in, and do the calculations. You'll put the address. You tell me what town you're living in. You'll tell me the address, the number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms. Does it have a garage? Does it have a yard? What type of home is it? Is it a condo? When I showed you on here, with the property type right here, it'll tell you exactly what kind of home it is. So, what year it was built, the lot size, how much does it cost? If you got appliances listed, you list that. List homes that usually have small, it says listed homes usually have a small paragraph about the property. Copy the paragraph below, use on the space if it does. If it doesn't, you don't worry about that. Again, this is where you'll calculate those payments. And furnishing. You can go to Amazon. I don't know. Click on Amazon to see if it'll allow you to go to Amazon. What about Target?
I think so.
Go to Target and see if you can go on Target. Okay, so if you go to Target, what I want you to look up, if you get 3 bedrooms, I need you to get 3 bedroom suites. Okay. So again, now you have a budget. Your budget is what? $300,000. So you have to find a home within $300,000. Can't go over, of course. So you have to have enough to furnish your place. So if you're getting 4, y'all want to have a big boy. I'm gonna get 5 bedrooms, but you need to be able to furnish 5 bedrooms. You can go to Target.com, pick you up one. And write it down which one, how much it costs. Also, a living room suite. You don't have to get you a living room suite. You got to get you a refrigerator, right? Washer and dryer. So you have enough time during this time period to look at exactly what it is. And then by the end, we're gonna go over exit ticket, and then I'll let a couple of y'all share out on your findings. We good? All right. Y'all let me know if you need any help. I'll be walking around. Good. What you saying? Yeah. Cool. But yeah. I had a property in my on Baldwin. Leave it. What you saying? Oh, that we from? Okay. Oh, she's more what you saying? Yeah. And what you saying? In the book.